Welcome back to the Rooted Wild podcast, where we explore recreation therapy, nervous system care, and sustainable ways of living well, especially when life, health, or energy aren't predictable. I'm your host, Katherine Winkles, certified therapeutic recreation specialist, and today's episode is about something deceptively simple, but deeply transformative. Listening to capacity. This episode is called Listening to Capacity and Pacing. If you've ever felt okay one day and crashed the next, overdone it on good days, felt guilty for needing rest, struggled to trust your body, or been told to push through when that made things worse, this episode is for you. We're going to talk about what pacing actually is, why it matters for stress, pain, fatigue, and burnout, how to recognize early capacity signals, how to plan days that support recovery instead of depletion, and how pacing builds nervous system safety, not limitation. Let's begin. Why capacity is not constant. Most people were taught to expect consistent energy, linear productivity, and reliable output. But for many bodies, especially those navigating chronic pain, fibromyalgia, chronic stress, trauma recovery, neurodivergence, burnout, and autoimmune conditions, energy is variable, not predictable. Capacity changes based on sleep quality, stress load, weather, sensory input, hormones, emotional demand, even illness or flare cycles. This variability is not weakness, it's biology. Recreation therapy doesn't ask people to override their bodies. It teaches them to listen. What pacing actually means and what it isn't. Pacing is often misunderstood as doing less, giving up, avoiding life, or even being passive. But pacing is actually strategically distributing energy, preventing flare cycles, supporting recovery, increasing long-term participation, and protecting nervous system safety. Pacing is active self-management, not withdrawal. And it's the difference between burn, crash, recover, repeat, and engage, pause, recover, and sustain. So let's look at the nervous system and energy conservation. From a nervous system perspective, overexertion activates stress response systems. Crashes reinforce threat detection. Boom-bust cycles reduce interoceptive trust. Chronic overdrive increases pain sensitivity and fatigue. Pacing supports parasympathetic activation, that's your rest and digest, cortisol regulation, energy predictability, safety signaling to the brain, and even emotional resilience. Your nervous system learns, I am safe because I stop before harm. And that's powerful. What about early signs you're approaching capacity? Many people only notice limits after they crash. Early signs may include subtle irritability, heaviness in limbs, foggy thinking, increased pain, tension in jaw or shoulders, shallow breathing, and sensory sensitivity. Pacing means responding at the yellow light, not the red. Learning your early cues builds self-trust, autonomy, confidence, and stability. Let's talk about the good day trap. On higher energy days, people often catch up on everything, ignore limits, push past warning signs, and feel successful, then crash. I can't even count the number of days I tried to play catch up after having a long flare-up, only to immediately be back in the same place because I wasn't mindful of the needs my body still had. Focusing on a few elements like I slept really well or feel like I could hit a PR at the gym when a nature walk probably would have sufficed. This pattern isn't laziness, it's survival. Recreation therapy reframes good days as resource building days, not makeup days. Using only 60 to 70% of available energy preserves tomorrow. That being said, let's look a little closer at 6 practical pacing strategies. Number 1, activity chunking. Break tasks into smaller units with rest in between. You don't have to sit stationary for 6 hours working on something. Yes, I'm talking about hyperfixation, all of my neurodivergent folks. It's better for your brain and body to take short breaks to stretch, drink water, or even just step outside. Number 2, alternating demand types. Rotate between physical, cognitive, emotional, and sensory tasks. Going all in on one type of demand is likely to deplete that store before the others are tired. Brief spurts of exercise between cognitively or emotionally demanding tasks can help refocus your brain and maintain energy throughout the day. Bonus, you no longer have to guilt yourself about not feeling up for a full half-hour, hour workout every day when it's broken up with recovery time built in. Number 3, time-based limits, not task-based. Stop after a set time, not when the task is finished. Checking your energy reserves before moving on to the next task or restarting your timer allows for more mindful choices about how you spend your time. Number 4, rest before exhaustion. Rest when tiredness begins, not when it peaks. And remember, rest is multifaceted, so it doesn't always have to be a nap. Feel free to circle back to one of our episodes last year that addressed leisure education, learning how to rest with intention to brush up on your comfort with rest. Number 5, energy budgeting. Treat energy like a limited daily resource, not infinite. For those of you familiar with the spoon theory, spend your spoons wisely. For those who are not, think about your energy like spoons, or sometimes I will even call them social dollars. You only have so many to spend each day before you start borrowing from tomorrow's social dollars. And number 6, recovery planning. Schedule recovery after exertion, not just before. This isn't just for physical recovery, but even for socializing, decision fatigue, cognitive load, or sensory overstimulation. Redefining rest. Rest is not doing nothing, giving up, failure, or laziness. Rest is nervous system regulation, pain prevention, cognitive recovery, and emotional stabilization. Rest can be active, including gentle movement or stretching, sensory, focusing on music, warmth, or smells, cognitive, reading, watching, or brain games, and emotional, connection and journaling both count. Recreation therapy emphasizes that rest restores, not that rest numbs. So let's transition into a guided capacity check-in. Take a breath in and release it slowly. Bring attention to your body. Ask yourself, what feels sustainable today? Not what's expected, not what feels urgent, just what's possible. And notice, is your energy high, medium, or low? What would it look like to use 60% of that, not 100%? Let your body answer. Let's recenter attention on your breathing. At your own pace, whatever feels most comfortable. Take one more breath. and return when ready. So what about the emotional side of pacing? Many people feel grief, frustration, anger, shame, or fear of missing out. Pacing doesn't erase loss, but it prevents harm, creates consistency, builds trust, and expands access over time. Capacity fluctuates, not just seasonally, but daily as well. Listening to capacity is not resignation. It's relationship building with your body. Learning to listen to capacity is one of the most protective, empowering skills you can develop. Whether you live with chronic pain, chronic stress, burnout, or simply a nervous system that's been asked to do too much for too long. If you visit our website, www.rootedwildretreats.com, you'll find pacing tools and gentle planning resources to support you in building sustainable days. You can also check out our Instagram for more tips at rooted_wild_retreats. And next week, in our final episode of Season 1, we'll bring everything together, reflecting on what we've learned about regulation, recreation, nature, creativity, and care, and how to build lives that feel not just survivable, but supportive. Until then, be patient with yourself, be gentle with your expectations, and listen, your body is not failing you. Stay connected, stay rooted, and as always, stay wild.